If you are paying it forward, selling, sharing, promoting, building, or any other term that you want to put in there with Four Corners Alliance Group, especially if you're using the free Millionaire This Year marketing system, then you can sing that song every single day and pretty soon every single hour. And that is just got paid today. It's money helping people. Like Zig Ziglar said many, many times before he died, and I've been repeating I don't know how many times since, get whatever you want out of life by simply helping enough others get what they want. Tonight what we're going to do here on May 4th is, first off, for those of you who do a lot of celebrating of holidays and just looking for any reason to drink, with tomorrow being Cinco de Mayo, be careful. Go ahead and have a great time. But as I say in every holiday season, please be safe. If you're going to drink, don't drive. If you're not a drinker, volunteer to drive those who are. So when they're down in those cervezas and tequilas and everything else that goes down on Cinco de Mayo, help them out. Okay, we're going to do a little tips and train here today. We're going to cover quite a few things. I'm going to put up the whiteboard here so you can see what we're going to cover. And this webinar is May 4th. It is being recorded. I already got a couple questions. Okay, a few people are saying that the music is coming over pretty poorly. That happens when you transfer video to webinars, and that's just something I do to, instead of doing the elevator music or Jeopardy or something, I try to put on something that has something to do with what's going on, whether it's ZZ Top Just Got Paid Today, or the OJs For the Love of Money, or Pink Floyd Money. I'm not trying to convert anybody into being a ZZ Top fan, even though I've been accused of looking like them in the past when I've had the long hair and the beard. Okay, go back to our screen here. Yes, this is being recorded, and it will be posted up on the millionairethisyear.biz site. The millionairethisyear.com is the marketing system. The .biz is where you go for all of your updates. And I'll go ahead and take you to that page here just for a second. The screen's going to disappear while I change this over here. And this page was put together for the members, but if we happen to have some guests on here tonight, they are welcome to snoop around there. There's no place on the team site to join. And what you have here is at millionairethisyear.biz, right here, that's all you need to know, because all of these links here all take you to within the same system of the website. I'll just show you here real quick. If we click on MTY Home, you see Get Back to millionairethisyear.biz. We click on it, and it takes us right back to millionairethisyear.biz. When I hover over the webinars, it says register for free webinars, which all of you did or you wouldn't be here, and that takes us to the webinar page. The one for the team is at the top. You're invited to our awesome webinar, Millionaire This Year, and then the corporate webinar is down there on the bottom, and there is the urgent webinar that we did here talking about our systems. That's also down there at the bottom. And if we go to scholarships, and again, members, do not apply for scholarship, please. You're already in. You're just taking up time for the people who are processing these, and if you're using a different email, we don't want you to get double placed. All right, so here's where the site is. It explains it, and this is where I constantly send people to apply for a scholarship, so that when people send me money to pay it forward, I have people to put into their organization. And you can see it explains everything here, and No, this is where the people go to apply for scholarship. And then for those who want to pay it forward, we're going to discuss this some in the training. Here's a video on how you can pay it forward yourself, which is the best way to go. The address to send the cash, why it is cash only, and the Power of 4 video is also there. And if we click on the graphics, this is all, see this thing at the top, it always stays right there. And so there's all kinds of graphics about, you can use any of them, all of them, none of them. You can edit them, claim them to be your own. We got sample email messages. Some of you who are guests might recognize some. You might have got an email just like this verbatim. For example, if you just joined, you probably got a welcome email just like the one you see here. Okay, whether they're welcoming into the Millionaire This Year marketing system or the Four Corners Alliance group. Here's a message that's working very well for me when somebody pitches me on something. Instead of just deleting it or saying, hey, my deal's better than your deal, I send them back this message. When somebody says, hey, Van, I don't want to hear from you anymore, I send them back this message. Say, hey, okay, you're not on my list anymore, but if you want to get put into the program for free, we'll still do it. And got 2 people that way just today. 2 of the people, and they paid their own way. They said, quit writing me, remove me from your list. And I did. And I said, hey, with this, they wrote me back, okay, well, what you got? I sent it to them, and they joined. Is that going to happen all the time? No. Does it happen most of the time? No. It happens very few times. But you've already established communication, so take advantage of it. Okay, and then the archives, where this video will be, or this webinar will be, there's all kinds of videos back here in the archive. There's short ones, there's long ones, there's presentation videos, there's webinars that went over an hour on here. They are all there. Okay, let's bring back the whiteboard again. Okay, the Facebook group. I want to encourage everybody to join the Facebook group for Millionaire This Year, and to not only join it, but to, even if it's information that you know, but you're getting questions from your team, whether your team is 1 person or 1,000 people, get those, go ahead and post those questions so other people can see how the team works. Again, I'm not asking for people to say, hey, if you just referred somebody today, we don't want it to turn into where it's just one welcome message after another like it is on the corporate site, which is fine, but it makes it difficult for the content to come through for somebody who really is trying to get some information. So congratulating people, that's awesome. Doing it, one welcome after another, that gets to where nobody wants to join the group. Okay, the Millionaire This Year marketing system, it is 100% free and always will be. I can say that because it's not another company. I'm the one flipping the bill and making the decision if I want to charge or not, and I'm not going to charge. I'll go George Bush on that one here. Read my lips. I know you can't see me, but you can hear me. There will not be a charge for Millionaire This Year marketing system. Even if we get hundreds of thousands of people using it, there will not be a charge. I will cover the cost with the money I make from commissions within the system. So bring on the millions. I'll pay 50, 60, I'll pay 100,000 a month if I have to keep that free, to cover bandwidth, emails, and all the features that are coming. All right. As questions come in, if they're in line with the topics today, I'll definitely cover it. Linda says, would you add my original invite to and Four Corners Alliance group in the biz message, please? Yeah, no problem, Linda. Shoot me that over again, please, and we'll probably get that in there tonight. Okay, and that goes for everybody. If anybody has a message that's working, submit it, so that, because if it works for you, it will probably work for other people also. And so they don't have to use the stuff that I came up with verbatim, or some of the other people like we did before we had the system in place. Okay, First one I'm going to cover here. Now, these things aren't in order of importance. These are just some things that I want to cover, and I'll probably be bringing them up over time here, is respect your name. Some people might think I'm being kind of anal with this, but when they go to your web page, whether it's your Millionaire This Year marketing site or your personal page or any place, and your name, let's just say your name is Joe Blow, and they see Joe Blow like this, where there is no caps or everything is all caps, it doesn't look good for you. This might be minor, but this one little minor thing could lose you somebody who is a professional. The first thing they do is look at your page and notice, like, hey, this guy doesn't even capitalize his name. All right? It does make a difference. Do that in everything that you do, and I'm telling you, people will notice. Even within your text messages, capitalize your first letter. Don't do all caps, because that works probably even worse than the other direction. So have your name, first letter capitalized, and the other ones. Now, I know sometimes, you know, like a Jan who's on here, people have parts of their name aren't supposed to be capitalized, and you can tell when, you know, if it's Von Den Johnson or something like that, that if the Johnson's capitalized and the Von and Den isn't, then people can see that. All right? Next thing. I know some of you may be tired of me harping on AOL and also Hotmail and Yahoo, especially AOL. I'm saying this for your own good. I mean, AOL doesn't owe me money or anything. I'm not getting paid by the other companies to keep hammering this. I'm just telling you, calling AOL, because I've had a couple more people say, hey, I called AOL about what you said, and they said I'm getting all my email. AOL's been doing this for years. This is my opinion. The only reason I think they tell you that is because they don't know where the problem is. They can't figure that out. I'm pretty sure they're not doing it on purpose, but AOL blocks a lot of outside email, whether that's intentional or unintentional. It's a fact. And you don't know if you're getting all your email because they don't send you the email that they didn't send you. And then when you call them, they will deny it ever happens. And they'll just say, well, that Van guy probably sent it to the wrong address or something like that. So when people opt into my system, or any system for that matter, if they show up within Four Corners Alliance Group that they haven't confirmed their email, believe me, the emails are sent. You just did not get them. And that's also going to impact people that when you are doing your marketing. If you're on AOL and you're sending out invitations to join you with Millionaire This Year marketing system, or anything for that matter, and they reply back, well, hey, Michelle, I got a question about Millionaire This Year. Is that really going to be free? And they reply. Maybe you get the reply, maybe you don't. If you don't, and a day goes by, a couple days go by, and let's say Tim is the one who's responding to Michelle's AOL address, and Michelle never answers. Not because she's ignoring Tim. She doesn't know Tim even wrote her an email. And so Michelle doesn't respond, doesn't answer the question. So Tim goes and asks somebody else the question, and somebody from maybe Gmail answers his question and says, well, heck, I'm going to go work with John here because John at least answers his email, and Michelle, she won't even answer my question. Well, Michelle never got your email, or whoever that, I'm just using examples here. And Hotmail and Yahoo isn't as bad, but they're getting there, okay? On paying it forward, or just, you know, somebody who just doesn't want to use their own credit card. For whatever reason, this isn't a versus thing as far as I'm not saying Green Dot's better than vanilla or vice versa. Any Visa, MasterCard, or Discover can be used to join Four Corners Alliance Group, whether they're paying for themselves or you're paying for somebody else. What I put up here is I did a video, and you can see that on millionairethisyear.biz underneath the Pay It Forward section. I actually get a green dot card. I show you how to activate a green dot card, and then I actually pay it forward for somebody using a green dot card. I give out all the information because it doesn't matter. As soon as I use that card, I threw it away anyway. Green dot cards, they cost less than vanilla Visa. And vanilla Visa, I found this out through Corey, one of our other leaders who has their team's paying it forward for a lot of people. Now, the vanilla Visa costs a couple bucks more. I mean, literally, I think it's like $2 more, but you do not have to do anything to turn them on. You buy them, go to your computer, and start using them. And there you go. So whether or not you're, if you're thinking, well, I'm going to join this thing, but I really don't want them to have my credit card info, I just don't trust it or what have you, then fine, go ahead and buy a green dot card or any kind of prepaid card. You can get them at Walgreens, Rite Aid, gas stations, Walmart, a lot of places. You can get prepaid cards and use them and throw it away. Now, next thing I'm going to cover here is a lot of you have heard the 80% rule, where 20% or less of the people will always do 80% or more of the work. Now, also I'm adding something to that to let you know that, those people that are doing that small group of 20% or less doing all the work, they're making 90% of the income. Hint, hint, hint. All right. Be one of the builders, the workers, the passionate people. And I know some people that say, well, hey, what are you doing, Van? And how come you're working so long? And how come you're putting in so many hours? In all actuality, I ain't working. This is fun to me. I'm having a blast. And I'm also using my time to spend with the 20%ers. So with that rule, if 20% of the people are doing 80% of the work, as a leader, and you determine whether you're a leader or not, if you're paying it forward to people and you have a team, or if you're referring, whatever the combination is, when it comes time to managing your time, flip that 80% rule around. Spend 80% of your time, the time that you set aside for your millionaire this year or for your plan to become a millionaire this year, spend 80% of your time working with those people on your team who are the 20%ers, not wondering why Joe and Susie and whoever hasn't done anything, unless you want to wonder why they haven't done anything yet. All right, because we're just barely over a month old here, everybody. And Millionaire this year, the marketing system is going to make things even easier for you by giving you a way to build your list by offering a free service, and then having the option to have the president of the company invite them to join and spend only $18 one time. Still can't believe people are thinking, well, hey, it says $30 a month. Yeah, from commissions. Hello. All right, so one of the things I'm going to cover here is with pay it forward strategies with people superstars and reverse marketing. These are just techniques. These are not requirements to be part of the Millionaire team. Anybody who joins Four Corners Alliance is welcome to our strategies, welcome to everything, regardless if they're on our team or not. I'm going to give you an example. These are real-life examples here, and I talked with Aaron again today, and Aaron's in my organization. He's in our organization, all right? When I referred somebody who referred somebody who referred somebody who paid it forward for Aaron. Aaron said at the time, hey, Van, I don't know anybody. I'm kind of, on my own a lot here. So, and I've done programs in the past. I really don't want to pay it forward to friends or, co-workers or anything like that. I said, okay. So since he had it paid forward to him, and he had seen the video about with Reggie Jackson and stuff saying, less than $100 at risk, $18 for you and $18 for 4 other people, that's $90. Well, he had somebody paid it forward for him, so he paid it forward to 5 people. As of today, May 4th, I think this started, I think he joined maybe 2 weeks ago. Somebody paid it forward for him 2 weeks ago. 3 of the people that he paid forward so far have done nothing yet. One of the people he paid it forward for one other person so far. One of those people has paid it forward to many, many, many people, referred many other people who are paying it forward to many other people, that where that one position is already hundreds of people. And that's just getting started. So what do you think Aaron should do? Should he be concerned and frustrated about the 4 people who haven't done anything yet or done very little? Or get excited and spend most of his time trying to help that person who's going bonkers with this thing and trying to get their team on television and on an infomercial, etc.? What do you guys think? So some of you might be saying, man, I wish I could get lucky like Aaron. All right, I'm telling you, I don't think luck had anything to do with it. Because his level of belief was where it was, he said, man, pay it forward. And one of those 5 was in my database. I didn't know him until he started calling me also, but I didn't know him. He's just somebody who was saying they wouldn't mind being paid into the program. Obviously, it wasn't because he didn't have the money. That's not the case. But he made it happen. Have other people have paid it forward for more people who haven't done anything yet? Absolutely. Have other people paid it forward for just 2 people and both those people have referred more than 6 people each? Absolutely. Is it a hit and miss? Is it good or bad? Are you already basing 1 month or 2 weeks or 1 week or however long it has been to determine whether or not your team is going to become successful in reaching $1 million or in commissions? That's why I made the Reggie Jackson video. You know, so one of the examples I gave to another leader who said, well, hey, I want to pay it forward to 10 people, but I want to wait until they get back with me to tell me that, hey, I'm going to pay it forward to people too. Well, now you're back to selling. Okay, if you're only going to pay it forward to people who say, hey, they're going to do the same thing, now you're back to looking for people who are going to spend money. You might as well just look for people who are going to pay the 18 bucks to join. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but the people who are paying it forward with the hopes that those people will do the same thing, or the knowledge that they will and the belief they will, those are the ones getting the best results. Not the ones who send out emails saying, hey, Van gave me your information. Are you going to do this too? Are you going to pay it forward if I pay for you? The less conditions you put on it, the better success you're going to have. Do you have to listen to me? No. Am I suggesting you do? Absolutely. Why? Yeah, I want our team to grow. But I'm telling you, it's working. Just by offering a number of people the chance to have their position paid into Four Corners Alliance Group, and me making them jump through just a couple of hoops, they said screw it and joined themselves. Is that always the case? No. But some of the people, and I'm not talking, I'm talking real situations here where there's been a number of people who told their sponsor, and sometimes it was me, saying, no, I don't have any money. I can't afford it. They just didn't want to tell the person no. Then when they turned around and paid it forward and let that person join, you've heard, if you watch that video, you heard me read some of the letters that I've got. Some of these people who initially said, Joe, John, Susie, Neil, Tim, I don't have 18 bucks. I know that sounds pretty bad, but I can't do it. a large percentage of the time, people who are saying that are just giving you an excuse because they don't want to tell you, no, I'm not interested. Then they get paid into the program. Those people who said they didn't have any money are sending me $100, $200. One person even sent $400. They were paid in, and now they want to pay it forward to 20 people. Well, just a few days ago, they were telling their sponsor, I don't have any money. Again, most of the time, I don't have any money just simply means I'm not interested, and they don't want to tell you that. Okay? Now, the other thing is when you do it when people say, hey, Van, my belief is up there. Thank you for helping me with my belief. It's through the roof. I know I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this happen. This is awesome. I'm going to be, make more money than I've ever made before. And I'm believing them. And I do. I'm not saying don't think that. One of the things I saw that somebody posted is if people aren't laughing at your dreams, then they're just not big enough yet. Because the bigger the dream, the more people aren't going to believe it. And if you've always been a 9-to-5er, barely living paycheck to paycheck, and now you're telling people you're going to be a multimillionaire, hey, yeah, some people are going to laugh at you. But when you have that attitude, and then you start thinking, if you really do believe that, and think about this before you send me another dollar. Is your family in? Are your friends in? Are your neighbors in? And if you really do believe that you're going to help people become millionaires, wouldn't you rather help those people around you than to send me money to have complete strangers put into your organization and help them become millionaires? I know some of your family and friends might be saying, hey, when you approach them to pay when they have to pay their own way, they might say, well, hey, when you make $1 million, let me know and I'll join. Or, hey, when you make X amount of dollars, let me know and you can pay my way. Or when you make $1 million, you can buy my house and I'll move to a different neighborhood. Or whatever it is that they're telling you. Because so many of us have done other programs before and have had different levels of success or different levels of failure, however you want to view that. It's different when you go to, hey, neighbor, I need your email address, or excuse me, not need, I want your email address because I'm going to put you into our business here and show you how this is working. It's going off really well. We've got a great pay it forward program, and you'll get details on that later. Just give me your email address. If they have a whole bunch of questions, if you know the answers, go ahead and answer them. If you're not sure, let them know you got other people that you're going to be paying it forward to, and you want to get to them. You didn't ask them for any money. You didn't ask them for the one thing that holds a lot of people back. You didn't ask for their credit card number. You asked for their email address. That's it. You don't need their credit card number. You don't need their social security number. You don't need any of that. And so when you tell your neighbor or your family or friend that you're not getting any of that, you want to give them this, and do it without conditions. Instead of going, hey neighbor, if I give you something, will you give the same thing to somebody else 4 times? Now you got to explain stuff and you got to do a sales pitch. Go there and give it to them. Be like a kid. A kid's going to love you, no matter what. All right, he doesn't have conditions. A little child. Have that. Pay it forward without conditions. Just like if you do watch the movie, and I know in the movie it wasn't based on a true story or anything, but they were doing those things. They never said pay it forward until the person. I'll take the Jaguar for example. When Joe Moore, the guy that played the writer, says, you're going to give me a brand new Jag for nothing? And he goes, only then did he say, just pay it forward. He gave him the car first. He could have just gotten the car and drove away and there had been nothing said about it. He didn't mention paying it forward until the guy asked. Do it that way. And I'll use my sister as an example. I have a large family. One of my 4 sisters see, yeah, all my sisters are in now, but the first one, the oldest sister, the first sister, she came, I paid her way. I paid it forward. She sends me an email. Hey, I'll pay you back the $18. I'm going, I know you saw the movie. You're missing the point. I don't want my $18 back. Pay it forward. I don't care if you pay it forward to your neighbor, your kids, your doctor, some homeless person on the street. Doesn't matter. Pay it forward. All right. So when you use some of these strategies, again, none of this is stuff that you have to do, but pay it forward with the attitude that you're going to pay it forward for them, regardless of what they do. Now, when they're in and they're going to get the email updates and you can invite them to the different things, and then it's me or the company or somebody else saying, hey, Donald, or whoever's on the particular webinar, maybe you paid that person's way in, and now I'm telling them, hey, go pay it forward for somebody else. Watch this Power of 4 video and see what can happen for you, and thank the person who brought you into this program. I changed my very own welcome letter that says, hey, you or somebody else paid your way into this program, and you can see it on the welcome letter now because there's more and more people being paid into the program. And do it with that attitude first, and I promise you that you'll have better success with those people doing it to others. Am I promising you that everybody you pay it forward is going to duplicate? No. But you'll have a lot more ease doing that than you will of trying to find people who will commit to basically making 4 referrals. Because in their past, just like many of ours, most of us haven't made 4 referrals right away. You know, the average, they say in networking, is 2 sales in a lifetime, 2.2. Here it's not sales, it's giving it away, paying it forward. That's why I say in the presentation there's no selling. Right now I am selling. I'm trying to sell you on the idea that there's no selling and paying it forward. If you're only willing to pay it forward to people who are willing to also pay it forward, you are now selling because you're recruiting. You're only going to help them if they commit to helping others, rather than just helping them for the sake of helping them and letting the system and the idea and the concept of paying it forward take over. All right, on the superstars, one of the things that I've done, and I'll tell you right off the bat, it's already worked in some cases. In some cases it hasn't worked, and it hasn't worked yet. All right. Let's say, I'll use Geraldine here, for example. Let's say Geraldine was in a juice deal before. Doesn't matter which one. And Geraldine just happened to be sponsored into this juice deal by one of the top 10 recruiters in the juice deal. And that person's saying, Geraldine's thinking, I would love to get Mr. Juice into Four Corners Alliance Group, but he's already making $20,000 a month. He's not going to be even looking at this thing, and he knows I didn't make any money in the juice deal. So what might Geraldine do? Send him an email letting him know that, hey, Mr. Juice, I'm going to pay it forward. And I know from doing the juice program that Mr. Juice, you also have Johnny Superstar and Joe Superstar and Susie Superstar that are helping you just really do well in the juice program. And you pay it forward for Johnny and Susie Superstar and Joe Superstar. And not only do you pay it forward, but you let Mr. Juice be the sponsor. So now you've spent money on 4 people at $72. You're only sponsoring one of them, knowing that maybe none of them will do anything. So now you come to Mr. Juice and say, hey, Mr. Juice, those 3 hot shots that you got helping you build the juice deal, they're all front line to you in Four Corners Alliance, and that's on me. Just my way of saying thank you for everything that I learned in the juice deal and on how to market and strategize and stuff. and now I want to repay that to you and let you know if you decide that you want to, have people join us or use our Millionaire This Year marketing site for free to help those people build their list in the juice deal, and they come under you, great. You're going to match Mr. Juice, and Mr. Juice is going to match those 3 juice superstars. Let's say a couple weeks go by, nothing. A couple months go by, nothing. Now Geraldine can go, well, I guess that didn't pan out. Well, since she has the login information, she can easily go, hey, John down the street or whoever, somebody pitches her on some cosmetic program, and she says, no thanks, but hey, I got a position here that's already got 3 people personally sponsored. Would you like it? You log in and change, Mr. Juice to Miss Makeup, and she's got 3 people. Of course, they're not doing anything either. You can say, well, hey, if you got 3 of your hotshot makeup people, Joe and Susie makeup superstar, you switch out the information. They can't change the username, but you can change everything else. Think about that. You can interwove that as much as you want. Now, let's expand on that a little bit more. Let's say you do that with the whole front line, meaning I'm going to pay for Joe Superstar and his top 4 people. So there's 5 people, that's $90. Let's say I do that for 5 different superstars and their front lines. All right. If you don't know who their superstars are, then make that be in one of your offers, saying, hey, Linda, I know you're doing really well in your travel deal. I have already paid your way into Millionaire This Year. It's on me. And what I'd like to do for you is let you select, Linda, your top 4 people in the travel program, and I'm going to pay for them also to join, and you're going to be the sponsor. So whatever they do with this Millionaire This Year program, you're going to match them 100%. What are the names of the 4 people who are doing the best for you, Linda? I didn't ask her, can I do this? I've already paid her way. Now I'm saying, hey, give me your leaders, and I'm going to pay their way too. And you're going to, Linda's going to match their income. These are all different strategies. Some will take a little bit longer to take place, but they are in. In that case, some people say, oh, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Well, why wouldn't it make sense to do that for your mom? Or, somebody, instead of saying, oh, I'm going to give money to Van, and I'm not saying stop sending me money for pay it forward. I'm just saying when you send it to me, make sure it's because you've already got the people who are really important to you involved. Now, if they say, oh, thanks, honey, I appreciate it, but, I'm not going to do anything. I can't even spell MLM. All right? Then, okay, yeah, go ahead and, and you can switch that person out. But if you want to continue telling people you'll pay for them if they'll do the same thing for others, you have that option. Just like the people who said, well, I'm not going to pay it forward. I don't want to build up a team of welfare workers. And that's fine too. Building is building is building is building. These are all just different techniques. I want to sign up people who want to build. I want to sign up people who I think will build later. I want to sign up people who want to be signed up. I want to sign up people who want to pay their own way. I want to sign up people who are positive. I want to sign up people who are negative. I want to sign people up. I really, and you can take this verbatim, I do not care why they join. If they join for every wrong answer in the book, I will help them stay for the right ones. Yes, that includes if they only join to get me to quit bugging them to join, that's fine. Because I know what I have is that good. And I've done this before. Some of you knew in the previous programs where we did very well. And once I got that passion, knew that I was doing the right thing, like they say, I was passionate about it. I did not care if I upset somebody, because I knew if they listened that they would be kicking themselves for not listening to me sooner. And I'm not saying this just as me, it goes for everybody out there, is, if you really believe, then, one of the things I learned last month when I was, getting mentored from these 8, 9, and 10-figure earners, and they kept pushing this, and I've used it in different words in the past, but if you really are passionate about something, I mean, look at your religious leaders. I'm not saying, that you have to be religious, but, whether you're Billy Graham or a Joel Osteen, or these people who are really passionate about their religion, yeah, so they might become very wealthy financially. But some of them, they get them on TV, they saying, hey, this, that, and the other. They're sharing that information. Whether you want to hear it or not, they're going to continue to share it. Whether you go to their meetings and you don't contribute, or you don't put any money in the hat, or you don't buy their books or anything, when you are passionate about something, what they taught me is you have a moral and ethical obligation to tell everybody you know about it. So whether, there's the people that are knocking on your door from different churches, that's passion there. They wouldn't do that if they didn't believe in it. You might not believe in it. Same thing here is, I don't mind if I upset somebody or if they think I'm a pest, because I know, I have not a single doubt in my mind that if they come on board, or when they come on board and they start to listen to this and start to realize what's going on, I've had that feeling before. They'll say, hey, Van, thank you for bugging me. Thank you for getting this program. I wish I would have done it, the first time you told me, or the first 20 times you told me. I want that for all of you. The bigger your belief level is, I'm telling you, the more people you're going to attract, and the more people that are going to understand it, because they're going to understand you. Does that mean they understand every intricate detail of the compensation plan? Heck no. They certainly aren't going to know more than you unless they went and put their time into it. But it's the passion and the fire that's going to grow your business, whether it's getting people to pay their own way or to pay it forward for others. When they know that you paid it forward because you did it for their benefit and not just for yours, because once your front line's full, if you pay it forward to somebody and they land on your second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, or whatever level, you don't make any money right then unless they just happen to fall below somebody that you sponsored, and you make a matching $4 bonus. I sponsor people every single day, and most of the time, sponsoring that person does not make me a cent, except when they fall below somebody else that I sponsored. And the same goes for a lot of you. All right, I got off track there. Facebook groups, what I'm encouraging everybody to do on the Millionaire This Year group is, if you have this urge to constantly welcome people, I'm not saying don't do it, just do that on the corporate site. Let the Millionaire This Year site be for those who want to ask questions, recognize, inspire. And welcoming people is fine, but a lot of the times they're welcoming people and they're not even on Facebook. And you get just so many welcome messages that people who are going there to find information or to, ask a question, they'll ask a question, and then 10 different people say, hey, welcome this person, and now their question is pushed down to the bottom, and nobody ever answered it because we're welcoming all these new people. They're already in, send them a welcome email, and then invite them to come to the group and get all their questions answered. All right. I want to thank all of you for being on this webinar here today. It is being recorded. It will be posted up on Millionaire This Biz under the archive section, and encourage all of you and challenge you. I don't care if you've already sponsored 50 people. In the next 2 days, pay it forward to one person and refer one person, and pay it forward to somebody without condition. Whether that's a superstar you know, a family member that you're fairly confident won't do anything, you never know what happens when you pay for somebody, even if historically they've never had success before with you in any other program. I'll bet you money you've never paid for them in the past. Good night, everybody.